So I have just been canceled by the Pet Simulator 99 community. In fact, there's a lot of content creators getting canceled right now. What's crazy is I actually understand the frustrations as to why everybody is mad completely. If you don't know what I'm talking about, really this all started over the past weekend when the autumn event came out, when you could craft your very own Titanic. This event was great. It was something that the Pet Simulator community had been asking for a very long time. For the first time, pretty much since Pet Simulator had come out, you could get your very first huge and even, dare I say it, Titanic, not so much by luck, but by grinding the game. That's right. If you grinded this game and actually played it non-stop, you would pretty much guarantee yourself a huge or a Titanic. Granted, of course, there was still some luck involved. As to get one of those, you had to get the corn cat or the pumpkin spice cat, which both were obtained by this egg here, and you did have to get lucky to get that. But getting those is a lot better than just getting lucky getting a huge. In fact, at the time, these were the chances. A pumpkin spice cat was a 1 in 33,000 chance, corn cat was a 1 in 333,000 chance, and a huge scarecrow dog was a 1 in 3 million chance. Which basically meant if you got a team of pets and just had them grinding while you auto-hatched, you could have effectively get everything you need to at least get a huge this update. When this devlog came out, I even found myself rushing back to my hotel room as I was away for the weekend just so that I could record this update. I recorded for hours, I grinded the game, I found the best strats, and because of that, I was one of the first people in the entire world to hatch a Titanic. When I do that, I now have enough to get a Titanic Pilgrim Turkey. It all leads up to this. Oh my gosh. Yes! Yes, yes, yes! There it is, the Titanic Pilgrim Turkey. I was excited to share my findings with my entire community and show the best strats on getting the best pet really quickly. And it all really stemmed from using these autumn upgrades. You'd have to spend your maple leaves and you could work to get this thing right here, the pet savings, which basically lowered the amount of pets you needed to combine. When the update first came out, if you played immediately upon joining, you would find that you would need 10 pumpkin cats to create a spice cat, 10 corn cats to create a huge scarecrow dog, and then it would just kind of go down the list until you got 10 corn cats to make a Titanic Pilgrim Turkey. Using the maple leaves on this upgrade though, you could lower the amount of pets you needed to combine by a max of 50%, meaning that no longer was it required that you hatch 10 huge corn cats, you would only have to hatch 5. Then you could redeem those 5 for the Titanic Pilgrim Turkey. Things were great. You got autumn leaves just by grinding the last area, or by breaking the boss chest to get the autumn gift bag, because upon opening the autumn gift bags, you would either get a huge, a lot of other things, or you would get even more maple leaves. I knew immediately after this video went out that I was going to make another video where I grinded for 3 or 4 days to get as many Titanic turkeys as I could, and then at the end, I was going to give all the Titanic turkeys I got away. And it made me want to do the video even more when the first nerf actually happened with the autumn upgrades. Because before, when the game first came out, it went from being a 100 to upgrade to level 2, 200, then 500, then the last one was only 1,000. So then we found out that no longer was it the 1,000 at the end, now you needed 2.5 thousand, effectively doubling the amount of work that you had to do just to do upgrades. Then a few hours later, the next nerf after that happened with this egg, as chances to get these 3 pets were even lower, going from 1 in 33,000 to 1 in 333,000. The corn cat went to 1 in 1.3 million, and then the huge scarecrow dog stayed the same. Of course, nobody likes it when things are made harder, especially since a lot of people, myself included, got to get to the max at literally half the work that what everybody else did. But we all kind of just accepted it and moved on. I stayed up to about 2 or 3 a.m. editing this video as to not take time away from my family. All the meanwhile, I had started working on my next video where I essentially put my pets in this little area to grind, and then I came over here and hatched this egg overnight, planning to make another Titanic and start working on the video. It was going to be like a video slash vlog of my time in Boston while my account was at home grinding for the next Titanic. But that is where everything went wrong, because while all that was going on overnight, Big Games did something else that was bad. They made the Titanic Pilgrim Turkey a limited item. No longer were you required to just grind and get yourself guaranteed one, it was now a race. spice, a race against pay-to-win players, bots, hackers. Obviously, the community was very upset about it, but it got made worse when the pets needed for the combine-o-matic doubled. So no longer did you need 10 pumpkin spice cats to get a corn cat, now you needed 20. Unless, of course, you upgraded and then it went down to 18, then 16, then 14, 12, and then 10. So they've nerfed the autumn leaves, they've nerfed the chances you got the pet, and now they're nerfing the amount of things that you need to be doubled. And then, oh yeah, there's only gonna be 1,800 Titanic turkeys that exist. People were furious. But me being myself, staying up really late, editing on a laptop in a hotel room, I had set my computer to grind and then went to bed. I woke up the next morning, found that I had enough to make my second Titanic, the first Titanic I was going to give away in my next hatching video. And it was then that I found out people were very upset of what had transpired. You see, usually when I hatch a Titanic, I get bombarded by people on Twitter being like, yo, congrats, you hatched one. Oh my God, what are you doing? Can't wait to see the new video, GG's. But this time when I hatched it, I wasn't met with the same happiness. Instead, people really angry. I didn't understand why until I saw this tweet here where the Titanic Pilgrim Turkey went limited and the pets needed to get the Titanic Turkey were essentially doubled. It also didn't help that whenever this tweet went out saying thoughts on the Pet Simulator 99 combined-o-matic update, I said, yeah, this is a great update. Giving everyone a chance to grind for a Titanic rewards the free-to-play people. Luck is no longer the sole factor and actually seems doable. A step in the right direction for sure. People said aged like milk. I then had to let people know that I got another Titanic, but I had gotten most of my pets before the nerf. I completely understand everyone's frustration. Nerfs after the updates are pretty common now. I think we all just need to plan on that happening. It does suck, but I guess it gives incentive to play the game at the time of the update. Problem is, we never know what the nerf is or when it will happen. We basically just need better communication from the dev team. And then I went on to say that basically everybody was saying that the big games team should have had better testers. And I was like, hey, you know, they got 2 games they're doing weekly. They don't really have time to test things, especially at the scale that everybody is playing at, and doesn't account for the bots and the exploiters and all that stuff and all the massive pay to win. It's a little hard to actually get the tests done and then the game's still updated on a weekly basis. And then I said, that being said, I'm working on a vid to get as many Titanic turkeys as I can so that I can give a few away to those who can't get one. Because again, as somebody who played this update early on, I had maxed out all of my upgrades already and had a better chance than most to get the pets that I needed. I made this tweet, continued on working on my video behind the scenes, and went out for the day with my daughter and my wife to kind of just play around Boston that was going to be in the little vlog. The vlog that started with the train ride into Boston.
You're gonna go to Boston?
Yeah, I guess so.
Okay, cool. That's where we're going. That way.
We hopped on the train and rode for about 30 minutes into the city, where from there we made our way over to the planetarium to learn about space.
Going to a planetarium to see a dinosaur. So we all went to Mars.
You'd be less fat.
I'd be less fat.
Yeah.
Bro, I'd be underweight. What about Jupiter? How much do I weigh here?
More.
Oh no, I'd be a fatty. What planet is this?
Really?
What planet?
Saturn.
No, I got a better question. What planet is this one? Hey, look, it even has it on the floor.
It's Uranus.
This is what? What? What is it?
From there, we decided to walk around the city and just kind of take in the different sights and sounds.
Talk about location. Would you live there? Would you live in that one house? It's cool how there's like old stuff and then new stuff, like really in the same spot.
It's an example of sequential occupancy.
What's that definition?
It's the showing of modern days, like buildings / architectural versus older days. Like it shows like the old days and then it shows the newer times, and it's just sequential occupancy. Human HP geography.
I taught her that.
No, you did not.
Afterwards, we made our way to the aquarium, saw some penguins and other marine life.
Go.
Ja.
You want to go?
Enough, but it was not enough, like those octopuses.
Yeah.
Before finally stopping off to eat and get some famous desserts from Little Italy, cannolis. Let's just say, yeah, they definitely lived up to the hype. Things were going great as we made our way back home. But then I noticed a change. I hopped on Twitter, and this was one of the first things I saw. You could help better by not getting more turkeys since they are now limited. You are ruining other players' chance to get one for themselves. This type of nerf is not common. You don't decide to release unlimited Titanics and then change it to limited several hours later. Rambling Remul basically was saying that by me playing the game, I was ruining the chances for other to get. And what's crazy is he was not the only one who shared in that opinion. It sucks for us regular folk. I run 2 accounts, one fully Game Pass and one free to play. Playing since the update came out, was so excited that I might actually get a Titanic, but no, because I don't have 30 accounts going and can't drop tons of money on it, it's a no-go. Try it without running multiple accounts simultaneously and spending a dime on the Forever Pack, and then come back and tell me how easy it is for you. It's easy for partners and big rich people to say. They waited until all of you guys were able to push out your good content. When for partners slash YouTubers, I would be happy if I was on your end as well. The biggest issue, in my opinion, is they nerf overnight, kick people who are AFK, and up the leaves and pets needed without telling anybody. So the rich get richer and free-to-play people get screwed. Basically, I had a lot of people coming after me saying that I was protecting big games. And the funny thing is, they were kind of misconstruing what I was saying. I wasn't saying, hey, it's okay that they do this because they've got 2 games. All I was saying is, hey, this is why it's happening. I don't justify or condone it at all. I actually think that it's really crappy that they do a lot of silent nerfs without telling anybody. And they definitely need to work on getting better testers and do exactly what that one guy said, where you actually finish this update early and then have testers test it out for about 2 weeks or so. Either way, I put out another tweet saying, in light of the recent Titanic going limited into a massive nerf in the game, should I cancel my vid getting as many Titanics turkey as I could, even if I was going to give about 3 or 4 away, maybe keep 2 to myself. I wanted to give it back to the community, but if you all prefer that I just don't play and don't upload so you guys have more chance to get one, I'll do that instead. I had over 2,400 votes. 60% said make the vid, and a staggering 25% said don't. By the time the results came out for that poll, I had gotten another one for a total of 3 turkeys. And despite most of the people saying make the vid, I want to win it, I say make it, I love your content. Even Rambling Remola, who actually got onto me originally, was like, just take the turkeys, the Vietnamese farmers are too strong anyway. I decided to stop there. Even though if I go back here to the back and I go all the way down, I do have another chance to make one. I just didn't click this button. There was 950 left at the time when I stopped. I made my trip home from Boston and got around the New York area when I hopped back on my phone and saw that out of nowhere, there were 0 left. I always knew and even said when the update came out that it was going to be a lot of people not getting any turkeys whatsoever, and then all of a sudden, a lot were going to happen all at once. At the time, I didn't think that was going to matter because obviously there was not a limit, but it seems as though that's exactly what happened. Is literally all the bots collectively at the same time were like, we're ready, let's get ours. And it went from 950 to 0 in literally an hour and a half. And that's it. Immediately after that, all of the huge pets started dropping in price. The huge corncob cats went from about 4 to 5 billion per pet all the way down to 430. The pumpkin spice down to 75 million. And the scarecrow dog, the pet that is super easy to get for brand new players, now it's only worth 30 billion, effectively making it the cheapest huge in Pet Simulator 99 history. I got 3. The first one I got pay to win. As in the Forever Pack, you get autumn gifts. Those autumn gift gives you leaves and allow you to max out everything in the autumn upgrades quickly. But outside of that very first Titanic that I got, the other 2 I got just grinding, spending 0 Robux. This was a great update until big games had to come in and nerf everything. The bots have taken everything. In fact, I bet if I go to the trade plaza right now, I can find somebody selling multiple Titanics, because that's all these bots ever do. To them, these Titanics are just money, especially since you can actually go online and find people selling real Titanics for like real cash. First server I hopped into, there's a guy here that says trade for buy for wrap. Yeah, this definitely looks like a bot account. All this to say, the real problem and the real reason people need to be mad is because of all the bots in the game. The problem is Roblox pays out games for the amount of people they have in it. And for big games, it doesn't really make a lot of sense to get rid of all the bots. Will it be more fair for the players? Yeah, of course. But at the end of the day, Roblox Roblox rewards games who keep people playing. Roblox doesn't care if those people are real. It's easy to forget that Roblox itself is a money-making business. And so they're going to incentivize games that can actually make them a lot of money. It will promote them more. That's the reason that big games don't care that bots are in the game. For instance, take Isaac here. He was the creator of Pet World, which is basically a pet simulator that was for the free-to-play player. I made a video out it a couple of months ago, a new pet sim game that pays you Robux. Because in this game, there were things that you could buy, but by playing the game, you got what is called Robux tokens. You earn Robux tokens every 10 minutes just by playing the game. And what you could do with those Robux tokens, when you go to buy something, you could use Robux, or if you had the tokens, you could use the tokens, essentially getting the Roblox item for free just as a reward for you playing their game. It was great for the free-to-play players. The problem is, though, time doesn't pay the bills, and Roblox wants more than just your time, which is why recently Isaac had to say, we're unfortunately canceling Pet World due to a lack of interest in the overall Roblox community. Because of this, we are unable to continue working on the game as it costs more to make the game than it earns us. We're working on a new huge project that will collect a greater audience and everyone will love. They said as much as they'd like to continue updating it, it would honestly bankrupt them if they continue. There's a lot of info about it over on his page and Jude's page over on Twitter if you want to go check it out. And because of all of that, that's pretty much the reason that us YouTubers were canceled. Everybody was mad at the YouTubers because they paid the win. They got everything early. I bought about 40,000 Robux of this forever pack looking for as many of these corn cats as possible, and then realized the real thing that the forever pack was good for this update was getting these autumn gifts, because the autumn gifts allowed me to get more leaves, and the leaves allowed me to upgrade early so that I missed the entire nerf of the upgrades, of the combining, of the less luck on the huges, and was able to get my very first Titanic. But here's the little secret that a lot of people don't realize about YouTube. Whenever these new updates come out, everybody wants to see what that big item is, and they will rush to YouTubers who get that big item the fastest. It doesn't necessarily matter if it's the best video, if it's the best quality. If you get it out first, you will be rewarded for it. If you don't, nobody will care. Say I did legit grind. Somebody else would have came in and beat me to the punch. That or they'll turn around and clickbait the entire thing. The point is, the YouTubers get it out fast because that's exactly what the audience wants to see. You want to see if the grind will be worth the reward. It's the exact reason that I pay to win, so that I can rush to show you exactly what you are grinding for. It sucks, but you can take solace at the end of the day that while you are playing a game for free, they are not. They are having to waste their money on a game that's inevitably going to die at some point. Then who's laughing? Then who's coming out on top? You are. Free-to-play players are on top. Honestly, if I wasn't doing YouTube and I wasn't always in a mad rush to beat out other YouTubers or clickbaiters, I myself wouldn't do pay to win. Because while you guys just have to grind, I have to record, I have to edit, make thumbnails, upload, show you what you were grinding for. And the only way to get proper information out to you is to pay to win. But sometimes, obviously, it's not fair. Which is why I'm keeping the one Titanic turkey that I hatched, and the other two I'll be giving away. Let me know your thoughts on everything. Maybe write a comment to Big Games being like, hey, this is what you should change. Because at the end of the day, we have to be angry at the Big Games devs for not communicating what they were going to nerf, when they were going to nerf it, and honestly just not doing the proper testing beforehand so that it's fair for everybody the whole time. Drop your username down in the comments below, make sure you're subscribed, and I'll be picking a couple of winners in the next day or so. Thanks for watching, gamers. For a happier time, just click this video here. Also, please don't cancel it. I have a family to feed. Thank you.